Welcome back everybody, a Pink Lemon here, and today we're unboxing Death Quetzalcoatl 125 Rubber Defense Flat. Now, Death Quetzalcoatl has actually been a thorn in my side for a while now because of its tip, RDF. Because people are constantly suggesting that I use it for upgrades, evolutions, and anything in between, and personally, I'm not that big a fan of the tip. But we'll get to that later. Fun fact about Death Quetzalcoatl, like my other unboxings of Flash Sagittario and Fang Leone, I have actually owned a fake Death Quetzalcoatl before, which you can tell from my completely shattered energy fusion wheel, miscolored energy ring, and broken face bolt. But that's why I have purchased a new one, and also so I can have Rubber Defense Flat for future and past videos. So let's look at the box and get into it. Obviously, standard Takira Tomy packaging, showing off the Rubber Defense Flat tip, and the stats on the back, and obviously showcasing the mode change. Without further ado, let's open this thing up. Slice. Obviously you've got your, oh my god, it's really stuck in there. Obviously you've got your ripcord, got your pieces, there's 125 and Rubber Defense Flat, obviously stickers, instruction manual. And what we're all here for, well, I guess we're all here for Rubber Defense Flat, but what I'm here for is Death, the wheel. Now, the fun thing about Death Quetzalcoatl is it feels like one of the only true balance types, as its Rubber Defense Flat tip actually lets it become defensive, offensive, and the wheel also lets it have a fair amount of defense mixed with offense, as well as having enough stamina, just enough stamina. My only gripe with Death Quetzalcoatl, like a lot of other 4D Beyblades, is it just doesn't have a very interesting spin track. A lot of Beyblades like Chris Cygnus, Death Quetzalcoatl, Fang Leone just don't get very interesting spin tracks despite their really cool 4D wheels, and I always thought that was a big shame. Always been a fun wheel in my opinion. How it's so close to being circular, it's fairly weighty, it's got good weight to it, and then you can flip it so that the protrusions go up and you are in attack mode, which actually does have a fair amount of recoil because these are fairly large gaps. Standard light launcher 2, nothing special. I can add this to my pile of light launcher 2s. I can add this to my pile of ripcords. And of course, the piece de resistance of this bay, why many people buy this bay, the Rubber Defense Flat tip. It's pretty interesting that they gave it a 125 track as well. Like how Burn Fireblaze has a 135 track with its metal sharp, another highly coveted piece. And there it is, Rubber Defense Flat, which, now that I'm looking at it, it is surprisingly tall. Like, do I have a WD on the table? I have an EWD. Yeah, if you compare like a WD to a RDF, it is surprisingly, oh no, they're about the same height. Okay, I don't know. Rubber Defense Flat just feels very tall in my opinion. And finally, the instructions and stickers. Obviously, stickers there. Quetzalcoatl doesn't have that many stickers on its design, which is kind of nice, because applying stickers can get pretty tedious sometimes. And of course, the instructions. I'll let you guys have a gander at that. Obviously, if any of you can read Japanese, this is a bit more interesting. But I always love looking at the cool diagrams. They show you how to use a Beyblade. So now that we have all of our pieces, we can do a little mini assembly to look at the bay in its entirety. Can we get the satisfying click? Yes, there's the satisfying click. And there you have it, Death Quetzalcoatl 125 Rubber Defense Flat, which, because of how much the def wheel droops down, it actually makes for a well-defended bay with the 125 height. Not a lot of bays are going to be able to get under this, attack from above, and are going to be forced to make this side-on contact, which the def wheel in defense mode is very good at defending against. And especially with Rubber Defense Flat, they're definitely not going to be able to knock this thing over. Let's have a look at it in attack mode. And in attack mode as well, you can see with the height, if I have any 145 heights on the table, I do. you can see at a 145 height, you're gonna be forced to make contact with the recoil heavy part of the wheel. No matter what, you're getting caught in this jaw and you're getting snapped on by the flying snake itself. Which I think, going on the theming of 4D bays, Death Quetzalcoatl is definitely one of the coolest ones, being another mythological creature, and a very powerful mythological creature at that. And I'm glad this bay represents it so well. So, now that we have the assembly done, we're going to do the stickers, and I will see you guys after the sticker montage. And we're back. Now that we've done all the stickers, which I take it back, these were some of the most egregious and complicated stickers I've ever done because they are so small and so precise, and honestly, I'm glad there's not a lot of them. Even though I wish there were stickers for these top parts to just make them look a bit nicer, I'm honestly glad there's not because I would have had to do more really small, precise stickers, although I will say this is one of the nicer 4D energy rings because of the raised nature and the really nice color, and I think the stickers are a really nice accent to that. But, aside from that, now that we have everything done, we can do the final assembly of the Beyblade. So, facebolt onto energy ring, frame onto core, energy ring onto fusion wheel. Of course, gotta get your spin track in there, do a little light twist to just make sure the spin track stays, and the satisfying click on the performance tip. Perfect. Chef's kiss. Mwah. And the final tighten on the facebolt, and there you have it. Death Quetzalcoatl 125 rubber defense flat. One of, if not the only true balance type in my opinion because of all its combined parts, and a really good bay, if not for its tip, for its fusion wheel, and its just general design. This is a decently weighty bay, and the fusion wheel does a lot for it, especially the theming with the raised nature of the energy ring, and these snake-like engravings all over the fusion wheel. Although that being said, it's kind of a shame that it only has a 125 spin track, and I wish it had some sort of gimmick track. I know def hangs a bit low, so it'd be kind of hard to fit something in between here, but something akin to triple roller 145 maybe, or just something with wings to emphasize the flying snake part of Quetzalcoatl, as although the fusion wheel does a good job with the snake part, we're not really getting flying snake with this. Now that we have this Beyblade assembled, we can do a little test spin on the desk, let it rip, and bam! That is Death Quetzalcoatl 125 rubber defense flat. An amazing bay, if not for its performance tip, for its fusion wheel, and like I said, I don't like rubber defense flat that much because it just doesn't have enough stamina in my opinion. But I guess we'll just have to find out how much that affects its performance when we put it through 3 levels of Beyblade battles, so I'll see you there. For our first battle, we're using Big Bang Pegasus to see if it can wear down Quetzalcoatl with smash attacks and then finish it off with final drive. Big Bang Pegasus will be staying in omnidirectional attack mode. Death Quetzalcoatl will be starting in defense mode. And after expertly dodging most of Pegasus's attacks, Quetzalcoatl is knocked off balance, and Pegasus wins with a sleep out, and we get to see a rare standing finish from both bays. And somehow one stray blow sends Quetzalcoatl onto the edge of its rubber defense flat tip, and it manages to stall out Big Bang Pegasus, giving it the win with a sleep out. The score is now 1-all. Death Quetzalcoatl will be switching to attack mode. And after Big Pegasus failed to tornado stall, Death Quetzalcoatl wins with another sleep out, making the score now 2-1. And after Pegasus once again fails to outspin Quetzacoatl, it claims its victory with a sleep out. Well, I'm astounded at how well Quetzacoatl took some of those attacks from Pegasus, even when Final Drive was at its best. Most surprising though was the sheer manner of ways Quetzacoatl was able to outspin Pegasus with Rubber Defense Flat, despite it seeming like Pegasus had more stamina. For our second battle, we're going up against Spiral Caapricorn to see how well Quetzacoatl can withstand a head-on assault and if it can outspin a high stamina attack type. Death Quetzalcoatl will be starting in attack mode. And due to its rough edges, Caapricorn is unable to outspin Quetzacoatl and loses with a sleep out. The score is now 1-0. Caapricorn successfully tornado stalls Quetzacoatl and wins with a sleep out, making the score now 1-all. Quetzacoatl's high recoil is too much for Caapricorn to handle, and it loses with a sleep out. The score is now 2-1. Death Quetzalcoatl will be switching back to defense mode. Biggest clash we've had thus far doesn't even make a dent in Quetzacoatl and causes Caapricorn to lose with a sleep out, giving Quetzacoatl the win. Damn, I really expected at least one knockout to happen going either way, but every time Caapricorn wound up for a head-on attack, Quetzacoatl managed to dodge with the extra movement from the flat portion of its tip, demonstrating the sheer defensive potential of Rubber Defense Flat both in tankiness and evasion. And for our final battle, we're going to be putting Quetzacoatl up against our Fang Leone evolution to see how well it does in a head-to-head counterattacking clash. Fang Leone will be starting in counter mode. It seems like Quetzacoatl is at the perfect height for destabilizing Leone and wins with a sleep out. The score is now 1-0. Quetzacoatl will now be switching into attack mode. Fang Leone, being surprisingly passive, ends up working to its advantage and it wins with a sleep out. The score is now 1-all. And after delivering a few glancing blows, Quetzalcoatl emerges victorious. The score is now 2-1. Quetzalcoatl will be switching back to defense mode. And on this rare occasion, our Fang Leone evolution will be switching into defense mode. Now unable to get underneath Leone's fusion wheel, Quetzalcoatl loses with a sleep at, and the score is 2-all. And even in attack mode, Quetzalcoatl finds no purchase against Leone's defense, and Leone takes the victory. Although I expected a bit more aggression from Leone, it seemed like its choice to remain passive was the key to its victory, as without Quetzalcoatl being able to drain its stamina by tanking attacks, Leone managed to finally outspin it. Wow, I'm gonna have to eat my words because Death Quetzalcoatl performed tremendously well in these battles, much better than I could have anticipated, and I can finally see the merit of the rubber defense flat tip, as in tandem with the absolute wall that is the Death fusion wheel, Quetzalcoatl is able to withstand almost any attack and drain any attacker's stamina and barely budge while doing it, outlasting a high stamina attack type like Spiral Caapricorn, and thanks to the outer rim of rubber defense flat, stalling out a long-lasting bay like Big Bang Pegasus. Unfortunately, when the biggest strength of this bay is taking hits to drain stamina, when it goes up against a relatively passive bay like our Fang Leone evolution that isn't constantly delivering high-powered blows, even with its relatively low stamina fusion wheel and tip combo, Death Quetzalcoatl just couldn't seem to last. Overall though, the solid defensive fusion wheel, perfect height spin track, and outstanding performance tip makes Death Quetzalcoatl a force to be reckoned with in the stadium, and we will most definitely be seeing more of this bay in the future. Until next time though, tell me what you think of this Beyblade in the comments below and any possible ideas you might have for evolutions. Like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more content coming soon. I've been a Pink Lemon, and I hope you have a great day.